What is going on, guys? Welcome once again to another Buy the Dip, Sell the Rips video. Today, we are locking in and we're going to highlight a coin that we actually called pretty early, and you guys are up a couple X's as well. Very good week coming ahead of us. We got a lot of dips because the market has been coming down a little bit. So we're going to be able to get into some nice plays in here, and hopefully you guys are locked in and ready to start printing. Don't forget, if you want to catch a 10X, Boltz Alpha is where to go. Link is down below. So let's jump right into the first one that we want to highlight. And this, guys, we gave you guys this one, and it did a beautiful 4X to 5X for us here, depending on where you got in. And that is Buttcoin. It is now up, up, up. It almost went up all the way to 25K. 25 mil. And it's actually doing pretty solid for us here. So we're really excited about this one. I think it goes a little bit higher just because the market kind of crashed a little bit right now. It's kind of, it came down a little bit, not that much, but this one's doing very well for us here on Buttcoin. The next one we have, guys, in the first one we're going to highlight right now, and we're kind of happy that the market's coming down here, and that is Griffain. Last time we called Griffain, we called it roughly around 8 mil. It looks like it's coming back down again, which is what we kind of want to see, because the whole point of these buy the dip, sell the rip videos is for you guys to get multiples on some of the coins that are a little bit solid and are still have a really good upside. So last time this one came down, it came down all the way to 8, ran up all the way to 20. So a nice little 2x here. Ideally, for this one, for a beautiful entry, we want it to get to 8. Okay, I mean, 10 is not bad, but for a really good entry, we want to make sure it comes down to 8. So that's where we're kind of positioning ourselves here, to that 8.5 to that 8 mil range, kind of where we want to get here. So somewhere around 9 mil, 8 mil. We want to get in there just for a nice potential 2x. This one will theoretically should bounce whenever the market consolidates a little bit better. So a really good juicy entry on this one for Griffain. We just needed for it to come down just a little bit more, and we should be in a nice little spot. Next up is we have another one, and last time we called this one, we actually called this one inside Boltz Alpha. And that's what I say, guys, if you guys want to print, Boltz Alpha is where to go. We actually called the coin around here, which is roughly around 170 to 200, below 200K. And look at this amazing rip from 200K, 170K, all the way up to 2 mil. It was a beautiful almost 20x, depending on where you got in. So this one did really well. The only thing we're waiting for this coin is for it to come back down again. So we're waiting for this coin to just, kind of just trickling down right now. It's at 300. You're looking at something around 200, between 150, I'm going to say 170 to 200 range. That is where you want to get in. We're just kind of just waiting for this to come down so we can bid again and get a nice, beautiful candle again. I don't know if we're going to get a beautiful candle to 2 mil again, but I still think it will give us a couple X's. We just got to wait, be patiently, but right now it's coming down. So that's what I want to highlight it once again, and outside of the Boltz Alpha for you guys, so you get a nice little entry on this one. So just wait patiently, set a line there that you want to take some profit. Sorry, not take some profit, that you want to bid the coin. That's what you guys should use. One of the bots that I have suggested down below, either Trojan, Axiom, Padre, whatever one you want to use. Links are down below if you guys want to get into any of those. But that's what you're looking for to actually get in here. Now, if you want to get notified of when the dip actually occurs, we have that inside Boltz Alpha as well. The next coin we want to mention, and this is a newer coin, and I'm gonna probably move this one towards the end. Okay, we're gonna come back to this one. So the other one I want to mention is gonna be PsyopAnime, and this one right here, really good coin. I've made a ton of money off of this coin, and I've literally called every single dip on this coin. So we caught this one really early when it first came out, and ideally we've been doing 2x's to 3x's, sometimes 5x's when it rips. So these are one of the coins that you just want to be constantly paying attention to. Right now, it's at 2.2 mil. Ideally for this coin, this is not a bad entry. 2.2, decent entry. But the beautiful range is below 2 mil. So anything like 1.8 mil to 2 mil range, that is beautiful. So I have it set here at 1.9. But anything at 2 mil, 1.8 to 2 mil, really good entry. Should theoretically give you a nice little 2x. 3x, depending on how big the candle is. That is a nice little entry zone, but right now it's coming down. That's why I want to re-highlight this one again. And as you guys know, every time I re-highlight something, it tends to do pretty awesome. Okay. The next one we're going to mention is Tokabu, and this one right here The reason we're mentioning this one is because it's coming back down to that 1.5 mil range. And ideally, that is a very solid range for this one. So we're looking for anything around that 1.5 or below 1 million range. We want to see a bounce here from 1.5, but ideally, we could probably see it come and touch the 1 mil range. Okay. So 1.5, 1 mil range. I think this one does pretty good once the market starts correcting itself here. The next one I want to mention, guys, is this one called Goblin. And the reason I want to mention Goblin just a little bit is because it had a beautiful run up all the way to 20 mil almost. And then it came back down to 5 mil. This would have been an ideal entry. And some of you guys inside Boltz Alpha actually got this entry of the 5.4 entry, which is where we wanted to get entry here, because I do expect this one to bounce. Now, the great thing about this particular coin is the fact that this one could actually do some really crazy numbers if Sam tweets about it or it gets added to ChatGPT or anything like that. So as long as you're positioning correctly within a really good frame of a market cap, you guys should be pretty solid on this one. Right now it's at 6.7, not a bad entry. Ideally, you might just want to throw some dust in there, but you kind of want to get back if it comes back down here to that 5.8, 5.5, even 5 mil range, which theoretically you could get down all the way to 4.8. That's where you guys want to kind of get into to be able to get a nice bid here. So around this range here, I would say anything around this range would be amazing. But if you just want to throw some dust in there, you're able to throw some dust in that one as well. This one's pretty solid. A tweet could actually send this one pretty crazy, so that's why I wanted to mention it once again. The next one I want to mention, guys, is Fartcoin, and as you guys know, this is like one of the most solid coins when it comes to positioning. Right now, it's in a crazy dip. It ran up all the way to 267, beautiful, and now it's descending once again. It's at 185 million, and if the market keeps going the way it currently is, I think we kind of get a further dip down the road. So the first entry that you want to position in here is anything around 160 million to 150 million. That is kind of like, sort of flourish. But if the market keeps kind of just trickling just a little bit, you might get that entry below 140 mil. But anything around this range of 160 mil to 150 mil to 140 mil, that is when you want to kind of just take a stab at it and just wait patiently. I'm not gonna say it's gonna 2x, but at least a 50 to 80% increase should be viable. If the market goes on a crazy run, like on a bull run, so it doesn't have to be a major bull run, but just like a little bull run, this should do pretty well for you guys when you come in trading. Well, remember, none of this is financial advice. This is what I'm doing to trade, but I'm looking for this entry again. It's a very good coin to trade, as the markets move up and down. The next coins I'm going to mention, these are high risk coins, and the reason these are high risk coins is because they are new in the in the whole beam coin space, and number two, the communities are barely getting established, and we don't know what the market's going to do. So the first one I want to recommend is Hermes, and this is a agent, and right now it ran up all the way to almost a million here. It came back down. Ideally, this entry of 481 is not bad. Okay, so 400 is not a bad entry, but potentially we could see it come back down to like around that 300 range. So anything below, I would say, like right now it's at 500, so just ticked up a little. So 500 between 300 would be a good entry to see if it gets a nice little push here back to that tries to retest that million range. So I'm gonna say anything around this Boltz pocket would be great. All right. The next one we have is Ebola, and this is pretty much kind of just doing the same thing that the handset ticker did, and it's just kind of like predictive marketing, which is the brand new thing that's kind of happening right now in Pump. There was an outbreak of Ebola in Africa, I believe. I could be wrong on that one, but there was an outbreak somewhere. And if this actually comes to the States or anything like that happens, this should theoretically sky up. Right now it's at 700K. Not a bad entry because it's kind of consolidating there. But I would say ideally you're looking for a 500K entry. This would be like, okay, let me throw some dust here at 700 and kind of take a better gamble here between that 600 to 500K to see if it actually pushes up. Now, theoretically, if there's no more cases that are coming out, this could come down all the way to 363. And that is kind of like where you kind of want to bid just a little bit, because if there is a case that automatically shows up, this should theoretically move up as well. The next one we have is one called Tolybot, and this is actually a pretty newer coin. And this is just pretty much playing off of a bot that just kind of teaches about Solana and stuff like that. Ideally, here, guys, I would want to see an entry at 300K. That would be like the best entry to get in here and just test it out. I don't know if it's going to come down to 300K, but anything between 400 and 300K, where it's currently at right now, it's a good bid because this could get a little bit of motion based on, with Solana and stuff like that. And these are the coins I kind of wanted to highlight. There was other ones that I wanted to throw in here, but I kind of want to keep the the plays a little bit more concise, so you guys can decide which one you guys are more inclined. And of course, the other coins will definitely be called Inside Boltz Alpha. So if you want to catch those coins, head on over there. Don't forget, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday, so I hope to see you guys there. And if you want to get these videos early, once again, Boltz Alpha, we put them up there at least 24 hours before it goes live on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next video or the next stream. I'll talk to you guys later.